What's up, y'all? Wheat Field, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. I hope y'all are up. Mm, Up and moving around and all that stuff. I kind of laid around and didn't get right up. I did a little promo marketing, whatever, trying to get folks to come on over to the space. We growing through this here thing. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time coming on over to the wheat field, this is your girl Lati here. I am a channeled messenger. Yes, I channel using, the infinite intelligence of the Most High God sits with me. Yeah, so we channel through everything because we know that the Creator, our Source, our Father, the Logos, the beginning of all, has an intelligence, a grand cosmic mind, an infinite intelligence that's ever expanding and ever growing. The Source made creation using its intelligence, and so intelligence left a mark on everything. So we use everything. And then Source just says that if I want to talk to you, I can just come on down and talk to you. So we do that too, sometimes, so it just depends, if it's the infinite, the intelligence, the cosmic mind that's speaking, whether it is the Source, the Most High himself is speaking. Yes, so if you could rock with that, if you could vibe, if this is where testimony meets tarot. Yeah. So we do a whole lot of testifying. We use cards, crystals, whatever the infinite wants to speak to us, a variety of texts. We look all over. You know how the Source, our infinite, has spoken to its wheat field in the plane all over, creation. So, we get pretty broad with this here. And let me tell you also that sometimes it's like cooking with cold Crisco. Yeah, like that old school stuff that we used to use back in the day, and you have to scoop that out and throw it in the pan and get it warmed up. You know what I mean? Because we wake, we pray. But I don't know how much energy we got to get warmed up. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll be ready to do that last one. But rock with your girl. If you can rock with your girl, if you can vibe, subscribe. And if you care, share. Hey, that's just how we do it around here. Spirit said we got some empowering questions still. We're going to do some empowering questions. I don't know if y'all can see this little line up all the way good. But we're going to do some empowering questions. We're going to get into some soul journey because it's a journey through this thing here. And then we're going to use some wisdom and then see our chakras to see what's blocking us. And then we are light seeds too. Is that the order? No. Do we have it? Is it in the right place? Empowering soul journey. Oh, what's blocking us? And then we're going to get the wisdom. So I got a deck out of place here. Spirit said, no, that's not how I wanted you to do that. Yeah. So we got some empowering questions. We're going to ask self-discover because we on a journey here, soul journey, Spirit said. And then we're going to look at our chakras and see what is blocking us on that path of discovery, and then use some wisdom to get through that, and then work some light. Yes, so that is the lineup that Spirit has given us. And that's pretty much what we're going to jump into. I hope y'all can see this. Maybe if I move it back a little bit, you guys could see the full table or a little bit more. I don't really know. Just, work with your girl. We growing through our current situation, and I hope you are too. So if you could, again, vibe, subscribe, share. If you got somebody that you care about, if you care about the message you like what we bringing, share them out. Thank you so much, Holy Infinite, the whole infinite, the whole infinite. I'll reach out to my highest self. I recognize that my highest self is there. We are coming to balance and in unity, yes. But we know that we were called and made by the infinite, the whole infinite. Yes, its intelligence, its cosmic mind, the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, of the Creator itself. Yes, are we called. And the Creator, the Most High God, yes, that who sits so high above, the Alpha, the Omega, yes, the Logos, our Source. Ooh, thank you so much, Father, for being with us. Thank you so much for always, always, always reminding that you brought us, that you built us with your intelligence. And we have all that we need, and we can seek to discover within. And as we choose to do that, we ask you that you give us an empowering question, that which we should be asking ourselves on this day, so that we can discover self and more of you. And with that card you gave us, we say, Ashe. Let's get it, y'all. Source says we right here. Woo. Let's get that in there. Source says, who or what defines the contents of my life? Well, we just talked about what you're made out of and where you come from. And that's really not debatable. I mean, you can think what you want, but all of us believe mostly that we came from somewhere. Like, we didn't just pop up. Like, existence didn't just show up somehow or another. It was an intelligence that made it all. And is that right, Source? Source says to just be. Ooh, to just be. Can it really be that simple, Father? Yes. Yes, Father says yes. Yes, it can be. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. To just be. That this plane, this earth, that we're in, this 3D, it is a place that we come to learn, to self-discover. Yeah, to grow and to change. And a lot of times, or all the time, every time, we want to be here. We do. We want to be here in the spirit first, because again, you are a spiritual essence. Spiritual essence. And your spirit wants to experience life. Your spirit wants to experience life. So who or what defines the contents of my life? That's going to be very individualistic, is it not? Unique to every unique expression that's here. What defines you is something to question. What is in your life? Maybe you want to look at the contents of your life and see why are they there. That's something for us to kind of think about. Who or what defines the contents of my life? My life is a composite of all the choices that I've made. And right now, it is really the composite of the choices that I've made over the last year to 2 years, I want to say. 5 years, maybe. Yeah. And what I see around me is directly the results of the last year. Pretty much. Yeah. And so right now, in this now, I'm thinking about, what's in my life. And what do I need to do in terms of forward movement and creation and progression so that we can think about the next year. Consciously choosing in the now, in the present. Is that right, Father? Yes or no? Now, the all, heaven, all of heaven touches earth for the sake of ascension. Yeah, all of heaven touches earth for the sake of ascension. And so, who or what defines the contents of my life? Right now, it is an understanding of who I am, which is a spiritual essence. That I've come here to earth to experience life. That I came here to do the Father's will. Is that wrong? Did I not come here to do the Father's will? Did I choose to come here? Yes, that's true. Are we designed to meet the Father's will? The source, the logos. This is true. Am I understanding of who or what defines the contents of my life? Look like there's still some challenge in that. We got some truth, but it's definitely kind of going in that kind of corner, like you kind of get it, but maybe not all the way. But I think that's where self-discovery comes in. Do we continue to the Spirit of the Most High God, the infinite intelligence and truth and light only? Are you here? Are we to self-discover daily? To continuously define the contents of our life and have understanding and awareness as to why we are choosing to be consciously aware. Oh yes, to be consciously aware. Aware of what? Aware of creation? That we are whole? That we are complete? Are we whole? Are we not whole because we are not unified? No. Can you reveal unto us why we are not whole? No. Is now not the time? Yes, it's time to know. Please reveal unto us. Source says, you are not whole because you refuse the law. Is that the ancient law? The only law. Yes. For now until the end, from beginning to end. Beginning to end. There's only one law. And it's the law of what? The law of one. Thank you. And if we are to really understand the law of one, Father, if we are to understand the law of one, are we still then one unit? Creation is one. Is creation one? Is creation whole? Is creation complete? If we realize that we are creation itself, will we realize that we are whole? Thank you, Father. Well, there you go. Father says, yeah, because that's what we're doing. We're journeying, so we got to move that. Father says, thank you so much, Father, for being with us, for guidance. Yeah. Are we whole and complete right now? Father says, it's perception. We have issue with understanding and knowing that whole creation is whole and it is complete, and that all of creation is all of itself, that is experiencing itself at the same time, that I experience creation through you and you experience creation through me. It is the reflection. It is the mirror. Yes? Thank you. So who or what defines the contents of my life? I do. I do, because I get to consciously choose. I am consciously aware of my choices. I get to consciously choose. And as you can see, you know, our mind don't be right, you know, because I'll say something and Father be like, that's not what it is. You need to have a little bit more clarity. Or even the way that I said it may not be right. I could be have a knowingness of the truth and say it wrong. And Spirit will be like, no, that's not right. I need you to restate it or restate it this way. Why? Because your words have power. And how you say things, thank you for touching my nose, Father. Words have power, and how you say things affect the outcome. You can get mixed results and all kinds of things if you don't say it in the proper way. Is that right, Father? Ashe, 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 ashe. Yes. Failure is here. And people get afraid of the word failure, but I don't. No. Should you be afraid of failure? No. And it's like even in IT, right, in software development, because again, we talk about this as code. This is like a whole thing, right? So if you look at how software and things are developed, failure over time, and it's failure fast, and they intend to fail quickly. That's the whole thing, right? Because people want to just rush on to success. But here's the thing. Success is built over a series of mistakes, and that's what people deem as failure, right? So you learn. The more you learn, the faster you learn, the faster you get to the success. So people who optimize, especially in IT and software, they learn. Again, that's agility and flexibility. When we talk about agile mindsets and frameworks and theories, these agility frameworks, they all say that you need to fail fast, that it's people over process, that you don't put process and procedures just over the people. But there is a law. Father said that is a law of one. The law of one. I'm telling you, it's a 5-series book. If you haven't read it, it's a 5-book series. Something to chew on. I got it for the holidays last year. I'm still working on it. I think I was reading through book number 5 or 4 yesterday, something like that. Yeah, but it is definitely one that says we are one. Creation is all one. Creation is all one. And the Father made all of creation out of itself. Yeah, so just to be pixelated pieces of creation of the Father itself is mind-blowing for people. But it's also so simplistic and so easy for us to recognize and understand that we tend to overthink it. We overshoot it and we make it more complicated than what it really is. When the truth is, failure is an opportunity to learn. And every time a system or a piece of source or a piece of creation, is never failing because it's coming to do what it's designed to do. It's a product that the source can use in order to learn. Is that it? Yeah, it's a product that the source can use to learn itself so that you can learn you. Every situation pretty much is an opportunity for you to learn you. And that's whether or not somebody brought that situation into your life or you put yourself on a path into that situation. Either way, it is an opportunity for you to learn. Is there another card here? No, thank you. Challenge is here. Honesty. Honesty is in the challenge. I can't always accept the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And I think it's honest. I think that that's kind of backwards. Is that truth from self? No, because most people don't know what the truth. Yeah, from the beginning to you don't even know you from the whole you. Yeah, all the way through. Is that the beginning or the law, the one? What is it? Now, the all, the whole being, and go forward, or the truth of the whole being. Yes, and be okay with who you are. To go forward in truth, is that what it is? Whole truth of beingness, and go forward accepting the whole you. Okay, thank you, Father. Yeah, you definitely, again, we talked about in our PT, post-traumatic slave syndrome, PTSS book, it is talking about the strain on relationships with people and how people are unable to be authentic and be real and to really just be. I feel Spirit is saying, Father is saying to just be yourself. Again, Father said in the beginning to just be. Right? You come here to just be, to express. And the Father can express itself in infinite possibility of ways. Infinite. So however you are here expressing is the source itself expressing through you. And if you don't allow yourself to express, then you don't come to fruition. You don't manifest. It's vain. I feel the Father is saying it's just like thrown away. It's almost lost because you are potentiality. You are creation. You are source. And however source you designed you to be is what you are to express. I feel source is saying, like, it's easy. Like, let it go, let it go, let it go. All these pent up thoughts in your mind about what it is that you should be doing or how you should do it, when it's just simple to just be. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Father. Father said what's blocking us, it's a mysticism. Mystery, it's really not. That's the challenge. Again, sometimes it's just really easy. Is that right, Father? Yeah. It's just really easy. Who or what defines the contents of your life? It's kind of a thing when you're not honest with you, when self-discovery could be a challenge, right? You are a mystery to you, right? You are a mystery to yourself, beloved. Mystery. not understanding and recognizing that failure is a good thing. Failure early, fail fast, fail quick, fail often. Yes, that is a whole path to success. You cannot get to success without failure. You must fail fast, fail often, build it in. Build it in. Build in the uncertainty of build in the certainty of failure, and then you will have the uncertainty of success. That was a good one, huh, Father? All right. Despondence is here. That's one of our favorite cards. Just loves to come out. Seeking the spirit. Seeking the spirit. What? So that we can get into recovery. Get into recovery. Seeking the spirit so we can get into recovery. All the purple. Mysticism. Yes, mysticism. Intuition. How do we become recovered? By seeking the spirit. Despondence. Seeking in the spirit leads you to recovery, unblocks the mysticism, and leads you into recovery. Do you want either one of these? This one here, because we are journeying, and there's really no such thing as perfection. And I mean, because honestly, if you want to say that manifest and the unmanifest together is perfection, then you already perfected. Certainty and uncertainty mixed together equals perfection, then you are already perfected. Is that true, Father? Yeah, you were made perfect. From the beginning to the end, you came down here. You come from the heaven. You are spiritual. Your spirit is perfect. Called exactly how the Father designed and made you. Is that right, Father? Yes. Is there anything else? No, Ashe to that, Ashe to that. Yeah, perfection and a challenge. You are made exactly how the Most High designed you. And maybe you need to go in there and recover, do some self-discovery so that you can recover that feeling of wholeness and perfectedness, even in your imperfections. Again, the ability to just be honest with who you are, honest with your essence, honest of where you come from, honest of what you were made from, honest of the fact that you are designed to have failures, that you are designed to have mistakes. And if you lean into the lessons of those failures, then you know that it's just a way for you to learn and how do you get better. Yeah, and if you stay committed and devoted to that thing, then it's definitely going to come to pass, because the only thing that beats a failure is a try. So as long as you continue to try and you continue to fail often, you are going to be successful. That is the key. Is that not right? Yeah, Father. The key to what? Recovery. Recovering all. I feel recovering all. Yes. Yes. Come on, Spirit. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Let's get some of this wisdom going on here, Father say. Let's get some wisdom. Yes. Give these a good shot. We ain't going to be no too long today. I don't think we're going to make it an hour. Not unless Father really has something to say. But this is moving along. It's moving along, you know. Come on in here and set for a spell. We got a little second here. If you like the vibe so far, if you like the vibe, you feel this, you want this on the bottom? No, is there something down here? Okay. If you feel this, if you feel the vibe, then subscribe, you know. Subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. And share. Share the videos. I feel it. What is that? Community coming together, mending. Is it coming together with self? Is it coming together with the collective, the whole, the unit? Yes, that's what we were saying in the beginning. I was saying that creation is whole. Father says no, because we are not in unity. I was going back to the grand. Is creation whole? But creation itself doesn't realize that it's whole, because it needs to come into unity with the collective, and then it will feel whole. The sentiment of wholeness will be felt. But creation doesn't know that it's whole because it cannot feel it. It can't sense it, right? And the vessels that we in are big sensory organisms. We have at least 6 senses, right? 6. And so if you cannot feel the wholeness, again, then you won't feel whole. But that doesn't negate the truth. The truth is truth. that we are whole, that all of creation is whole, and there is nothing missing, and there's nothing broken. There's not. Is there anything missing? No. You've given everything, and everything is us. Everything is in creation. Is this it? This? And that's a deep knowing. Father said you have to know that. Know that from your deepness. Deep, 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 deep knowing that you are whole, even when you don't feel it. Even when you don't feel it, beloved. Because again, our bodies, these vessels, pick up the sensation. They pick up the sensory, right? The senses, 6 senses. They pick up the sensory. However, the knowingness is still there. We know what we know, even if we don't know why we know it. Yes, was this it? Yes. Mending. What did Father say? Creation needs to do what? Creation needs to understand that it is whole, and when we do that, we will bring those pieces together in our mind and our consciousness, and know that we are complete. We are complete, and that there's nothing missing, nothing missing. And you have to know that from a deep place is pivotal. And Father says, you don't have to do nothing. Free choice is a whole thing. So anytime I say you have to know that it's a suggestion, it's a recommendation. I can't force you to do fuck shit, just like Father can make me do whatever because he called creation, he commands my vessel. But that's it. Chaos and conflict, yeah. Chaos and conflict. It ensues when we don't remember who we are. That's a challenge, Father said. It ensues when we don't know who we are. Not only is it internal because we don't know who we are, we don't remember, we haven't come into awareness, the remembrance of who we are, but also it causes conflict and confusion amongst each other, amongst creation itself. Because I may be looking, not me, but folks do that. We look for validation or seeking or taking on attributes of others instead of fully just being your own true expression, your own unique expression. Is that right, Father? Source says to be. Underline, dot, underline, dot. That's it. Source says just be. You called. You dropped on up in this thing. Just be. And sometimes it's really hard and difficult to accept that, to just come to that concept. That it's really okay to just be. Like you dropped in this thing and you here, and whatever the circumstances of your environment still gives you the opportunity to just be. And you may have to do that through difficulty and challenges and pressures that will stop you from just being. But maybe that is the challenge. It's just for you to be regardless of what everything is saying to you, of what your environment represents, what it says your resources are, what it says that your support group is, what it says that you can become. Maybe that is the challenge for your personal journey this go round, right? Is to push through whatever it is. Like, imagine if you gave yourself the harshest test that you could do. I think about like Bear Grylls. Is there anything else in here? No, thank you, Father. I think about like Bear Grylls and all the people who do like, what is that, Survivor Island and all this stuff, right? If you could put yourself in that mindset. Put yourself in the mindset of Survivor's Island, or I'm going to go to the roughest terrain and see how I fare out, because I want to test my fortitude. I want to test my survivability skills. I want to push myself to the next limit. Yeah, I want to push myself to the next limit. Well, and most of the time they have somebody, drop them off somewhere, and they just kind of parachute drop on down in that thing with no supplies. Like, they got to depend on the environment to do the whole thing. The only thing they have is self and source, right? Yeah, that's it. And then they drop off in there, and then they go through this journey to get from one point all the way to another point, right? And when they get to that other point and be like, oh, I had to tough it out to do this stuff to make it, and then it's like, dang, I made it. I didn't know I had all of that in me to push that hard to get through. But you wouldn't have known it without the test. And all the tests, I mean, like, you knew you was finna jump in there, like you knew that it's gonna be, like you might have looked at it and be like, oh, okay, this gonna be in it, this gonna be in it, this gonna be in it. You know, I gotta mentally prepare, you know, consciously prepare for this journey. But it's a bunch of uncertainty built in that, because you can't predict everything. You just cannot. And then it's other actors and players. You're not dropping in this thing by yourself. Because Bear Grylls, I mean, he get dropped off in that thing. And I'm telling you, it's all kind of spiders and creepy crawlies and birds and bats and animals and, you know, all kind of stuff. You think you get under one way and you on one path, and then you get faced with this big ass, and you got to figure out how I'm going to climb the shit out of this, how I'm going to climb out. And you don't have nothing to do to climb it, and you just get to going. And as you keep going, you see that not only do you have the strength and the mental fortitude to get through it, but then you also, the pathway is revealing itself on how you going to get over this thing until the next play at the same time. So you are doing all of this to just grow and to ascend and to test your own limits. Can you imagine? We see that all the time and we make a show out of it. We are watching other people in this plane test their own limitations when we are all here in this plane to test our own limitations. Can you see that? How we are watching ourselves do exactly what we are here to do. Can you imagine that you were in the spirit, beloved? Being in the spirit and looking down and say, I just want to be. I just want to exist. I want to push my spiritual essence to the next level so that I can ascend. And I'm going to drop down. I'm going to have the Father just drop me down in this space, in this environment, in this here space. And I'm going, and I don't really, I kind of have an awareness, but I don't really have a full awareness of what this whole environment is going to look like. But I do understand that I have the fortitude, and I believe enough in self, that the ability to get through it, to get to where I'm supposed to go. And maybe you didn't even design to be here very long. Can you imagine every possibility? That's pretty trippy to think that, yeah, every possibility could be chosen from the spirit. That definitely leads us into a place of uncertainty and unawareness, does it not, Father? Yes. It does. Because it's really hard for us, being spirituals, being human, having taken on the whole human sentiment, the whole human sensory. We've taken on the whole human vessel, and therefore it becomes a challenge to accept a basic truth that we choose to be here. We choose to be. And that's in every scenario. Do we choose? Is that true, Father? Yeah. So let's work our light, because that's why we come. To do some work, to learn, to grow. Learn and teach. Learn and teach. We are students and we are teachers at the same time. And we have a work to do. And that soul journey card, that first one, critically important when we start to do that work. But being honest is definitely a challenge. It is. But if you can bring those things back together, community, mending chaos, community, unity, because again, creation is whole. And to unite in at least conscious awareness that we are whole, that you are complete. Is a whole deck? Yeah, something's not right. We're going to go again. I feel your split here, but the deck is upside down. Bring it back, Father, please. Thank you so much. Thank you for so much. Make sure that the energy is correct. Thank you. There's nothing that can attack this table while the Most High is here. The Most High is here, and any energy that will come against this reading, any energy that's been condemned to this plane to roam to and from, cannot enter this space. This space is for heavenly vessels. Here, polarized in balance. Balance polarity, as the source is balance. Yes, balanced polarity. Unbiased with perfect judgment. Unbiased with perfect judgment. Judgment is perfect. Judgment is perfect. Yes, thank you, Father. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What say you shall we do to work our light on this day? And I just breathe breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will. Look, yo, Father say, we are not, I believe that's what the Father says. Turned it right on upside. Yeah, we are not aligned to the Father's will. No. Make sure my cards. Yep. Up, called. Is in reverse. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Are you called? Is Father calling out to you? Is Father calling out to you to come in, to step up? People answering their calling is a challenge. To answer your call is definitely a challenge. It puts you in position to step out, to step away, to truly be you, to be unique, because you're called to be specifically called, and specifically chosen to come, allotted space to come. Is that right, Father? Did you allot space in creation for this soul to be here? Yes, yes you did. Yes, you did. And there is a reason, yes, to align thy will with the Father's will, so that the will of the Father can be done. It can be performed on earth. Yes, I align myself with that, and I trust and submit. I submit and submit myself onto that will, and then I act and perform it out. Yes, I surrender. I surrender, and I accept my calling. I accept my charge. Yes, thank you. Because I showed y'all yesterday, when I tell you, when the Father said you shall not speak, you shall not speak. Words will not come out. I don't care. I could yell and push my voice, and it will come out as a squeak. When I tell you, Father say don't speak, it ain't coming out. Father say that it's done. Oh, it's done. Cracked open. Rock bottom. Surrender to the alchemy of life. We feel that we are in control, beloved. Again, the AI has run amok. The AI has run amok. Is that right, Father? Yeah. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. I know I do. I get homesick. I be wanting to go home. I do. Because we have a knowingness and awareness. We do. We have a knowingness and awareness that we don't belong here. That this is not it, you know. And I think people go on so much discovery to find out, to see self. Yeah, to discover self, what's already on the inside. You know, I did that. You want this? You know. Anything else? Yes, okay. You know, I definitely did that, going on a long journey though, to find out what I was looking for was inside of me all along, that I was carrying it around. Yeah. Is that it? Is this it? Yeah. Yeah, the void. Yes, because we was trying to fill the void. Yes. The void. I was carrying around the answer the whole time. Everywhere I went, I was looking for the answer. And I found more and more of me, more discovery happened. That's why I was traveling and journeying. Like, I love to travel. I love to journey. I love to see the source everywhere. I've got a chance to see creation in so many different forms. I mean, not like a whole bunch because I ain't been too many places. But I've been able to live in a couple of different varieties. I'm like, where your whole geo just changed, like from the Midwest to the Southwest to the coast, the West Coast. Now I'm all on the East Coast. Like, that's a whole bunch of change. You get a chance to see creator in a bunch of different ways when you do that. And I know that I was looking, searching for discovery of self, to fulfillment of self, to grow and ascend, change my mindset, have a different perspective, and that was definitely a big part of the journey. And a part of that was a longingness for home, not just home of where I grew up at in my hometown, but home period, because again, I'm one that always, was in between worlds. Always in between worlds. Always. And I never quite fit in, right in between the layers of or I was always in between the layers, And so it wasn't difficult for me to feel like, or, it wasn't odd for me to feel, isolated or different, or that it was okay for me to just go ahead on and journey, because I wasn't never fully in the fold anyway. Just really wasn't. I was set aside, set apart. And because I was set aside and set apart, it was okay for me to just kind of go on and do what it was that I wanted to do. It was easy. And as soon as I got the opportunity to come out and do what it is that I wanted to do, then that's when my whole beingness was able to blossom. I was able to truly step out and just do me. Is that the last one right there? Yes, that's the last one. Okay, let's set that down then. I literally was just saying that I was flying between planes. Born into a situation, a scenario, a family where I love everybody and everybody loves me, but that doesn't mean that everybody gets you. And that you develop deep connected relationships with everybody. You don't. Sometimes it is, I love you and you know that I love you. We are connected. I love you. But we don't have a deep relationship. We're not on an everyday. We're not even on a sometime. I don't really know too much about you really as a person. And that's not to say that it's either good or bad. It's just it is. It is. Even in this day and age, my thought process is to connect, to see, at least have a visual. At least I may not know all of the intimate details about you, but honestly, I never did. But at least I get a chance to see you, beloved. I get a chance to see you and experience what it is that you're going through, and just to watch you unfold and blossom, and just to watch you be without any judgment or anything, because I don't want anybody to judge me, and I'm not going to judge you. Why? Because you are the source, and the source called you to be exactly how you are. Yeah. So whenever you choose and how you choose to do it and how you flow, it's up to you, beloved. It really is. That's why here on the Terrence and Wheat Tarot Show, we don't tell you what you should do, what you can't do, and none of that stuff. These are all recommendations, and I believe we said that from the beginning. Because you are not going to be for everyone. You're just not. You're just not. So you have to embrace your uniqueness, embrace your weirdness. Face it, your true north. True north. We came here to ascend. We started with that, beloved. We did. Stop. Embrace winter, cosmic womb. Like the void that you feel, it will be filled by discovering self. I believe. When you realize that you are everything and everything is you, you get full. There's no way that I could. My mind is blown. I have to bring it back down into simple terms just so I don't blow my own mind. Like, literally. When I think about, when you look at the night sky and you see some of these big ass lights that's up there. Oh, yeah, burning the energy of it. Supernovas. Whew, come on now, Father. When we talk about comets and asteroids, yes. I don't know what all that stuff is. But I know it's a part of me. I know when we break down the elements of it, I can see that in my composition. Again, we going back to the basics, the periodic table that tell us what them elements are. Oh yeah, that's you. That's creation. It's source material that it uses to express in an infinite variety of, like, every possibility. And then when you start coupling that stuff with other stuff like string theory and the fact that this is a 3D, so as far as that, if we in 3, then it had to be a 1, 2, and now this is 3. We already know that we do 4D, 4K, OLED. I mean, it's just visual, it's pixels. It's a way for us to get clarity on this here thing, to see ourselves in a different way, to see creation in a different way. If you look at yourself and you go inside before you look outside, you will see the same thing. Systems within systems within systems, layers upon layers upon layers. Highly sophisticated, the highest piece of technology in this plane. Yeah, you are. You are the AI. This artificial intelligence up here is secondary to the true intelligence, the true deep knowing that you have in here. That's what Father said. Deep knowing. Deep knowing. Yeah. And when we realize that, it'll put to bed this here, because you'll be able to do this. You see that damn zebra with that covered up like a giraffe? That's causing a conflict and chaos because the inside is covered up by something on the outside that's artificial. It is. I mean, it is just really that simple. Thank you for touching my nose, Father. Let me know that that's right. Yeah, because your true spiritual essence is in the vessel. It is. And when they say the kingdom is in here, seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord, and all things will be added on to you, that's because everything comes from the inside out. I mean, it's easy, but we make it complicated. We do. We overthink it, and we overshoot the target, or we overwhelm ourselves to the point where we don't even get started. What bucket are you in? Back to the beginning, beloved. Who or what defines the contents of my life? Are you overwhelmed by the choice, by the chaos and the conflict, by the environment? Or do you go head on and go at it? Fail fast, fail quick, fail often. Because you have an understanding and a deep knowing that that is the pathway to success. It really is. Anybody in IT will tell you that. The whole world moves in agility. And when we say agility, adaptability, evolution, always ongoing, yes, flexibility, yes, to do that you have to fail often, fail fast. Mistakes are critical and you need them in order to grow. Babies don't stop learning how to walk because they fall down 1,000 times before they finally get it going. No, they keep going until they walk, and then they start doing that until they learn how to run, and then they take the hell off. Yeah, they know. They are unafraid to fail. They are unafraid to visualize. That baby been laying on that couch, on that bed, looking at all this stuff that it can't move around and get to. As soon as it has grown to a capacity to be able to move around, what they do, they bust the hell off, and you can't keep their ass set down for nothing. They trying to move around and get to everything that they've been visualizing. You want to think about, what do babies think about? They know. They have a deep knowing, and all they doing, they have a deep knowing. Do they not, Father? Yes, they have a deep knowing. And all that they are doing is visualizing. Visualizing and waiting. Building up skill. Practicing, failing often, failing quickly, failing often, staying consistent, devoted, and committed. You can learn a lot by going into the mindset. That's why Father said, you have the mind of a babe. Huh. Baby. Who or what defines the contents of your life? A baby. You can't tell a baby that everything ain't theirs. Huh. You have to teach them to share. You have to teach them that the world don't revolve around them, that they are not all of creation. You have to teach them that. And I would fear that that's one of the first levels of conformity. We might want to make an adjustment. How do we teach that? How do we teach them to share in creation? And that they are creation as well as everyone else's creation as well. Yeah. I hope you guys like this segment. And how Father just, pull these pieces together. I told you. Sometimes it could be cooking with cold Crisco. Sometimes Father get it really heated up and we just get to going. And sometimes we just have a regular old talking and just chop some of this shit up. Today just felt like a chop it up kind of day. You know what I mean? Just chop it up. And put something on your mind. Just think about something. What's defining the contents of your life? I don't know. Can you look at it and just, even at the bare truth, accept the fact that you chose to be here? Yeah. And that you have the opportunity to fail often, and if you failed a lot, then that just means you learned a lot. You got a whole lot of source material so that you can keep going for that next iteration, because we do this in iterations, in cycles. Ooh, come on, Father. We do this in iterations and we do it in cycles. Yes, we do. And each one gives us the ability to be faster, strong, more agile. Ooh, increase that velocity. Ooh, because what does light do? It travels, baby. And now you're talking about traveling at the speed of light. What's the velocity on that? Oh, come on. Because this journey ain't but a second. It ain't but a second. I promise you, I felt like I was just 12, 14 yesterday. That was a whole lot of nows ago. A whole lot. And I don't know how many nows I have left. So who or what defines the contents of my life? In this day and time, I want it to be the Most High. I want it to be an awareness and a consciousness of who I am and where I come from and what I'm a part of, which is everything. Creation is everything and everything is me. What am I looking for? Nothing. Me. That's it. And where do I find me at? Inside the kingdom. Because I know where I'm at now. There's no more need to go anywhere else. I can go home. I'm longing for home anyway. That's where I really want to be. I'm going to go home. Inside the kingdom. I'm going to go play with my stuff. See what we want to do for the day. Make some room. Sweep some stuff up. Clear some stuff out. Get some stuff lined up. Yes. See what it is that we can pull out of there. Because everything comes from the inside out anyway, right? What you got in there? Who or what defines the contents of your life? Something to chew on. Empowering question for the day. Empower self. Something to chew on. One last time, y'all. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you care, share. That's all it is. We don't do nothing but sit around and chop this shit up anyway. Because all we want to do is help us, the collective, our unit, all of creation itself, to just be. In order to do that, sometimes you got to chop some shit up and let some shit out. You got to get it out so that you can just be. So you can realize who you are under the conformity. So that we can do what? Get back to unity. All right, y'all. Until the next time here with your girl Lati on Tears and We Tarot Show, where you never know what you're going to get, because life is surely is like a box of chocolates. It really is. You just never know. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you just like I love me, because you are the source. You are creation. And I'm creation. And I love that. I do. Because I love the source that created us all. And so until the next now, source, do you say it is so? And by your power, do we call it done? Ashe.